How is it going, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of Unfiltered Immigration. If you don't know me, my name is Anuj, and on this channel, I talk about issues faced by high skilled workers, discrimination faced by high skilled workers based on their country of birth. So, I guess that if you are following along, you already know the issue. If you don't, check out some of the other videos. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the updates on the master plan, right? There are many different things happen in the past few weeks, and I haven't been able to share the updates much, right? So first of all, yeah, there is a plan in place to end this country of birth discrimination faced by high skilled workers who are legally in the United States. So I have said that plan. If you don't know what plan I am talking about, there is a link in the video. You can check out the plan. I guess that's a good place to start. But then I'm constantly sharing updates. I haven't been able to share updates for, I guess, past 2 weeks because I have been very busy with the formation of this organization, putting this plan in action. But yeah, now we have made some good progress. So wanted to give you guys updates on the progress we have made so far and what to expect in a month or so, right? So in this episode, we're gonna cover progress on the master plan, what's the plan going forward, where money is spent, like the money I have been raising, where it is going, comments and suggestions. So these are like some of the comments I have received that we need to implement this. So gonna talk about that as well, that is it feasible or not. And also the teaser of the content. If you don't know what that is, I'll talk about it and wait until the end for that. All right, so where are we with the formation of the organization? It took us some time to figure out the right structure, took some time to where to form this organization and things like that. But we have been able to file the article of incorporation last week. So that needs to be at state level, right? So that has been already done. So article of incorporation has been filed, which means that we have finalized on the name. I will reveal that name at the appropriate time because there are some other things we need to secure before we reveal the name as well. But yeah, the article of incorporation has been filed. And another major update is that we were thinking about like right structure of the organization, right? And I guess that when I said the plan, I said that I am leaning more towards 501c3, but I talked a lot with different, like the formation service company who is helping us out and some other folks. And most of the things initially or eventually as well, most of the things we wanted to do with the organization that falls under 501c3. But after talking to different advisors, we learned that if we form 501c3, then we might have to worry a lot about remaining in compliance. And that would restrict us significantly from like implementing all the things we want to implement. We would have to spend significant amount of time on thinking about staying in compliance rather than implementing the strategies, right? Implementing our plan. So that's why, and all the formation, we learned that it's going to take some time, like whether you start 501c3 or 501c4. That takes time, and people has a lot of expectation from this organization as well, right? So people they a lot of folks they want to do lobbying, and then if we do like 501c3, then the lobbying is kind of restricted how much lobbying you can do. So with that in mind, we ended up going with 501c4, right? So the 501c4, there is a lot more freedom on what we can do. And if you want like what 501c3 can do and what 501c4 can do, I have left a link in the video description. You can check it out and you can go in details that what are the things. So basically, main thing is that 501c4 can do everything what 501c3 can, but it's not true other way around. Only disadvantage of 501c4 is that the donations we receive are not tax deductible. The income is tax deductible if we our organization starts generating any income, that is tax deductible, but not the donations. But that's the only disadvantage, but I don't think so that's big of a concern for us right now, because the way we are gonna work is that our the individual donation we are expecting is very minimum, right? That we are asking people to donate $10 a month, so it's like $120 a month. So that's not a big of a deal with the tax deduction, right? That you might get like $20 tax deductions if it is 501c3, but the benefits are much more. So we ended up deciding going with 501c4 for now, and we might start when we have good funding or like good presence. Maybe we start a sister organization which is 501c3. That organization can work alongside in raising awareness and education. So 501c3 focuses on that, and 501c4 focuses significantly on advocacy and all those kind of things, right? So that is the plan, but for now we are going with 501c4, which means that we don't have any of this restriction, right? Whatever whatever things I have said in the plan, we would be able to implement those things without worrying about going out of compliance, so which is great. So what are the next steps? So we filed the article of incorporation last week, and we are expecting to receive that article, like approved article, back this week. So once we receive that back, we should be able to apply for EIN, which is like social security number for companies, right? So that's EIN. We would be able to get it. I guess we can get it on the same day from IRS if we apply online. So that's what we're gonna do. And then once we get the EIN, we need to open the bank account for the organization. So that will be the next step, and then finalize the bylaws, which we are working on. So getting together with the board of the directors and finalizing on this bylaws. So this and once the bylaws are finalized, yeah, we need those bylaws before we send this package to IRS for final approval, where we get the 501c4 status row. So that involves like preparing the budget and some of the form. Main form is 1024, but there are along some other forms as well which we need to prepare. So all the top 5 things you see, getting EIN and all those things, like send it to IRS, that we expect that to be completed within a month, so no later than 15th October. That's a good estimate. And once the first 3 things are done, we can start operating as a organization. So we don't need to wait until we receive the approval from IRS, right? So that's a good thing. So within a month, we should be able to start operating as an organization. Another thing, major thing, spend a lot of time in past few days is like finding who is going to build our website, right? And that was a major hurdle, because all the people who I liked initially, they are very expensive. So like they were like not just like building the website, because they do branding, they help us with creating like initial content, they help us with creating this vision, mission, and elevator pitch, which we can share it easily with different folks to make the biggest impacts, right? So these are the kind of companies who work with some of the big organizations, helping them out. But the budget I was getting them from them was like 60,000, 70,000, which not just creating fully functional website, but creating logo and creating the branding and creating initial content and creating all this vision mission, right? But we don't have that kind of budget right now. We had to work with the budget we have, finding someone who creates a website on that budget, right? So what we did is that we agreed with one company who is in our budget, who is willing to create this website. So we will create this website initially, so people website where people would be able to come and sign up for this monthly donation, right? So that website will help us to have that online presence, and people would be able to come and keep signing for this monthly donation, and that will help us to raise money, and then we can hire other companies. Like maybe now we are 501c4, so we get together with lobbying group and branding group both together and create how we gonna uh, market this organization, right? That's important. If no one knows about this organization, then we might not be able to do what we want, right? So creating that branding, creating that website, which is very important, that if we have the great website, then when people come to that website in different ways, it would be easy for them to sign up for this partnership. But also that would help us to hire the best of the best professional people we want to hire, right? The 50 people. So for that, the website is very important. So yeah, we are hoping for that website, like the initial website, to be done by 20th October as well. So that I'm gonna work on like next 2 weeks a lot. That like even the basic website, there are like a lot of things goes right. There are a lot of decisions needs to be made, that what kind of design we want, what kind of things we want to include on this website, where we want to put the donation button and that kind of things. So that I will be working on next week with the company we have hired to create the website. Now also, I guess it would be good to say where I'm spending this money I'm raising, right? So just wanted to, for the clarity, some of the biggest expenses we have is the formation survey and service and legal advice, right? That there is a company who is helping us to form this organization. So they charge their fees, but also we spend some money on the legal advice as well, that we are doing things in compliance, right? So that's a major expense. Then registered agent we need to get to form this organization. Then filing fees, we need to pay fees to state, we need to pay fees to IRS, and that kind of fees. We need to pay money to get the domain for our website. We need to pay money to create the content, which I'm gonna share. I think that content and content editing service is the same one. So that I will talk about like at the end. But then yeah, our major cost is the website creation as well, and the content and production, right? That we got some things to get content, like teleprompter, because we want to create more contents. And then there is a Canva where I It helps me to create the slides and the EV where we do live streaming service and all that kind of things, right? So these are some of the major expenses, and we need to be very careful because the amount of money we have, it's very limited, right? Where we are on the Kickstarter fund, right? So far there have been 195 donations. So probably 190 people donated because some people has donated twice, and we are so far 13,822. Okay, so that money, we have to be very careful what we spend on because there is a limited budget. And also this is the money I am raising as an individual, right? So that's why I didn't want it to create a huge goal, but once we start operating as a organization within a month, then I'll switch it to, so I don't need to like keep raising this money as individual. But then also if we reach this goal, that would be like huge relief, and we I think that it will reduce my stress a lot, right? That we need this money to form this organization, and once we reach the 20,000 goal, I'm not gonna raise it for now. So if we can reach this goal sooner, that would be nice. I also made a donation today, and that donation is that's what I'm gonna commit every month, right? So we don't have the website in place right now, but I am gonna start donating whatever I'm gonna donate every month. So that I have made it, and you guys can do the same, right? That whether you're gonna donate $10 a month, that's perfect, or however much you can comfortably donate, probably start donating every month as well. So $10, if you can start donating, or like tell people they start donating, that's the major goal. Our goal is that the more people get involved, and then we are able to do the things we want to do, a lot of the different things, right? And I'm going to talk about that next, I guess. Okay, so now, not just because of the formation of this organization, but since I have started my campaign of traveling to all the 50 states, people has been coming to me with the different kind of suggestions that can we implement this and this. So I'm going to talk about some of them. These are the very recent suggestions, right? So one of the suggestions we got, that can we somehow engage Dr. Jaishankar, USA and India, that's I guess that Indian embassy in Delhi, to get some support, right? But then you have to think that, okay, yeah, can we? Yes, we can. But right now we don't have time and resources, right? That you have seen that only there are 190 people who has donated so far. But those people, they have full-time job, and they are not professional in this kind of area, right? That if there is people who are working with human resources or like management or like kind of PR services, then they are good on, they know how to get these things done. We can, and this is our eventual goal as an organization, that we engage these offices and get the support we need, right? But to get to this place right now, I think it's hard, right? That as an individual, we don't have time. But once this organization is formed, then yes, definitely, this is our goal, to engage Indian government as well, because this Indian citizens are the ones who are being exploited the most because of this kind of discrimination, right? So that's the goal. But just the theme is that 190 people cannot do it. Your suggestion is good, but maybe tell your friends, engage with your friends, that's in your circle of influence, right? That if we cannot tell 5 of our friends to come and donate $10 a month, then how we gonna go and convince Dr. Jaisankar, right? So the immediate our circle of influence is our friends. Tell your friends and ask them to donate $10 a month. So then we get to that stage where we have a lot of resources and manpower to engage these different offices, right? Another suggestion, maybe all H1B should mass pen down and or take 2 day off from work on same day for the cause. That will be like millions taking same day off from work, highlighting the need of them, which include family and citizens of Indian origin too. They that way media can draw attention to the plight. Now, if this happens, that's great, right? If two people, millions of people take 2 day off, that would be huge news, right? But you have to also think that there are only 190 people who has donated so far. And I know that some people has donated a lot of money, but it's 190 people, right? Some people has donated $10 as well. But right now, think about like taking 1 day off. All these people has high paying jobs, so taking 1 day off, even if they have PTO, it's like they are contributing at least $500 a day, right? It's like equivalent to that. Taking 2 days off, it's like they are contributing $1,000 a day, $1,000, right? So how many people would do that? How many people would contribute 100,000? Not 100. How many people would contribute $1,000? Very limited. And if we want to implement this plan, I think that the number would be less than 190, because 190 is the number of people who has donated so far. So it's not gonna be more than 190. Right, so you have to think about that. That all this things sounds great, right? That if it happens, but right now the issue we have is that not enough people are active, working towards a solution right now, and that's what we are trying to change first. That get more people involved first. Right now, if we have million people donating $10 a month, then we can think about that maybe million out of those million people, maybe 100,000 will be willing to take 2 day off from work. But right now, if you want to implement this plan, I don't think so even 100 people will do it, right? So otherwise, I think that if we do it, yes, impact would be great, but I don't think so it's possible. But yeah, if we get this thing going on, then maybe like plan something like that where it catches the attention of the media. Hey, are you planning to use the fund to put up a banner in front of US embassies in India highlighting this backlog, right? So this is like when I said my GoFundMe fundraiser, someone asked me that, hey, are you planning to use the fund to put up a banner in front of the US embassies in India? So there are a lot of legalities, even if we ignore the legalities, right? That is a American non-profit can put a banner in India? That's the first question. And who is allowed to? Then we have to think in terms of like Indian government as well, that what are the laws of India, right? That what we can advertise and what we cannot advertise. So that we have to figure it out. We are still not working as an organization with a limited budget, right? If I go crazy with something like that, spending money on this kind of thing, that out of the limited like 13,000 money we have raised, put a sign in front of the embassy, I'm not sure how much it's gonna cost. But then if you think about it, like let's say that someone who has prepared 1 year to give TOEFL, to give GRE, to give GMAT, and apply to different universities, and then they came to the embassy or consulate to get the US visa. Do you think that if they see the sign or whatever sign we have put, they're gonna, oh, I guess I'm just gonna go home and not gonna get this visa. So I don't think so that's possible. Even if we implement it, it would be nice if we have active thing, very active organization going on, and then if we have a banner like this, then what happens is that maybe someone who went to get the visa, they're not going to cancel their plan. But what they might do is that they will come to our organization, get to know our organization very well in advance, and get familiarized with the issue and start advocating from very early on. For us, it took like a lot of times to realize that how bad the situation is, how wrong the issue is, and a lot of the people still don't know, right? So if we have the organization going on, then it's possible. But right now, if I spend my money on and not my money, if I spend the money I have raised on something crazy like that, and if we fail, then we don't even have the organization in place. Then we don't have anything to do, right? So that we tried one crazy idea, it failed, and then we have nowhere to go. So it's very important when we do something like that, that think in terms of sustainability, that can we sustain this, and that's what we are trying to do, that build the foundation strong, and build something which we can sustain, and then we can go big, right? So all this kind of ideas we want to implement, where we can easily implement them and where we have room for failing, right? That we want to we want to think outside of the box, and do a lot of different things to bring the awareness on this issue, but we need to be careful on what we prioritize and where we are putting our time and money. We want to put it there where it becomes sustainable, and which allows us to do a lot of different things, right? So another thing, I recently got the comment that engage with Indian American voters and leaders instead, like do instead of doing, I don't know what instead is here, but like, yeah, engage with Indian American voters and leaders instead. They are crucial in swing state. This is last chance. Once elections are over, wait for 4 more years. So someone wants to influence the election, this election, right? So then again, if we put the legality aside, that how much as an organization we can influence the election. But think about that right now you have to talk to your friends and family, and only 190 people who has donated, who are directly impacted, only 190 people out of million has been able to contribute so far. So how hard it would be for us to go and convince Indian American voters who are not directly impacted, and convince them that because of our issue you vote otherwise. So you see that right now, not this is not something we can do right now. We are not even working as an organization. Our first goal is to get this organization going, get more people involved who are directly impacted. They let them support this organization, and we have this professional people working, creating this strategy. Right now, we can't do that, and that's why even when I started this set the master plan, right, that I said that we are focusing on next Congress. We can't do anything in this Congress. Forming this organization and getting it going takes some time. So our goal was to like engage with the next Congress, which is we are perfectly fine according to the timeline as things are going. But yeah, 190 people cannot do it. What this person is suggesting, we need more people. So instead of thinking in terms of, like, again, think in terms of your circle of influence, your friends, your family, your colleague, the people who you can directly talk to. Try to convince them, and the convincing is very less. is that asking them to support with $10 a month, right? Which lot of people, most of the people can do it. And once we have that going on, then we can like strategize on a lot of different things like this, which are suggested, right? So that's our goal, and that's the theme, right? That 190 people cannot do a lot of those things which are being suggested. So that's why it's important that we focus on our priorities. All right, what is the, oh, why this slide is blank? I'm done. What? Okay, yeah, here we go. I didn't realize I said two blank slides are vested. Okay, so what is where we are, right? So our goal is to soft launch by 1st November, and by soft launch what I mean is that the initial website we are building, which is going to be decent enough, so we will be like launching it by 1st November. We might launch it early, probably like 20th October, but no later than 1st November. And once that is launched, our goal is to get 5,000 supporters who can donate $10 a month. If they donate more, that's nice. There will be that option there always, but at least get 5,000 people who donates $10 a month by end of the year. And how we gonna do it, I'm gonna share it in a little bit, but let's talk about soft launch. By soft launch I mean that this is, we are working with a limited budget, and as I said that we want to hire this branding company who helps us with creating a story for us which is very easy to share, and then we have a website which has much more functionality and much more professional. But to get to that place, right, hiring that kind of company, we need support of more people, right? And once we get the support of those people, our goal is to launch by the end of January, like the real launch. As I said that we want to start engaging in the next Congress, right? So the goal is to do the real launch with this proper, fully professional website with right branding, with the right story, launch that, and by that time we probably will have at least couple of full-time employees. That's the goal, right? So as soon as we reach our first 1,000 supporters, we gonna start working on hiring these people, right? So our goal is to get that 5,000 supporters by the end of the month. Once we go live, you would be able to sign up by 1st of November. How are we gonna reach 5,000 people, right? So then one thing is that like we have been doing, right, that talking to our friends, family, colleagues, right? But then I have been working on creating contents, and the contents is also again the best content I had so far. With the limited time I have, is that I have conversation in all the 50 states from different people. So once we go live, I'm working on editing those videos right now with an editing company which is doing much better job than I can do. So this there will be 50 videos we gonna share 50 days straight. So beginning of the 1st of November, hopefully by that time videos are ready. So on the all those 50 videos, there are 50 full length, like around 10 minutes videos, and then a reel alongside with that. So on YouTube we will share 50 videos on the 50 days straight. Also the short or reel on the YouTube, on the Instagram, on the X, on the TikTok, on the Facebook. So there will be like this content will be shared 50 days, and then I might create some other contents who goes with that, but it depends on the time, how much time I'm gonna get, right? So that our goal is to share that 50 days straight. When we do that, when we share the content consistently for 50 days, that helps with the algorithm reaching like a lot of people organically. And we will be, the goal is that we can like bring those people to our website where they will be able to share or become our partner with the $10 month contribution. They don't need to be like fully but they should be able to. I don't think so we will have any issue that people, okay, like let's support them, and even if they support us initially for 6 months, the result we're gonna show, that will speak for itself. But right now, to get that 5,000 supporters by the end of the month, that's the plan. I'm gonna share what kind of content we have created, just to give you an idea that it's much better than what I can edit. Let me just share it with you guys, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a second, if I can figure it out, hopefully. Okay, share, and then add to screen. Okay, hopefully you can see it, right? You think that America deserves the best?
Of course.
Either you or your parents or their parents came from somewhere else.
Someone just based on country of birth, less skill, less experience, they can get in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And is that because you're from India?
Yes.
There are a huge number of successful folks here from India in the medical field, every field.
So many people do everything they can just to get a shot.
Hi there, if you don't know me, my name is Anuj and I'm traveling to all the 50 states of the United States in order to spread the awareness on discriminatory country gap, on green cards for specialized jobs. And today I am at my 17th states, Kentucky. I am in Frankfort, Kentucky. Okay, yeah, so hopefully you liked it, and if you liked it, this is the content is gonna just go get better from here, because once we have the professional people presenting and editing and working on the script and working with the PR, the content, once we have the organization, is just gonna get better. If you didn't like it what you saw, then again, the content is just, this is just the beginning, it's gonna get better, but this should be good enough for now to get that reach a lot of people organically and bring them bring them to the site and have them help us support. So that campaign of sharing that like all the 50 days straight will begin on the 1st of November, and that's like yeah, that's where some of the money is going, like paying this editing services, and once we have the organization, our goal is to have the content creation, the editor, all this in-house. But this is the service I found which is nice, that we need to start working with the editor until we can hire them in-house. So we train them that what is our story, what is our issue, and then we have the consistent content, right, until we have these people who are doing this kind of things in-house. So we are working on that, but also we will be working on some content as much as time we get to share, which highlights what our organization is about, what their mission is, what their vision is, how we are attaining different things, right? So that we will be able to share on the social media and our website as well. So that's where I'm spending a lot of my time as well. If you see that this is the version 4, so it's not like I can just like give them the files and they give the finalized version. It's like we have to go through like many different versions. You think that America deserves? I need to give them these comments that okay, add this, add this, add this B-roll. So those are the kind of things where I'm spending a lot of the time to create this content, and also working on like finalizing the bylaws, finalizing the website, what kind of website we want to have. So that's where a lot of my time is going on. So if you don't hear any updates, or if you don't see this live stream, just make sure that I'm working behind the scene on a lot of these different things. This is the thing I think about first thing in the morning when I wake up, and the last thing before I go to the sleep, right? That we need to have this organization going. We need to end this discrimination. I know how many people are struggling because of this. I know that there are a lot of kids who are aging out and all those things. I am aware of that how much this is needed, not just for the people who are directly impacted, but this is important if America wants to stay the leader of the free world. Otherwise, the alternative is not looking good. This is very important. I know that a lot of the people who are not directly impacted, they don't realize it now, but we need to make them aware, right? So I am aware of all those things, and I am working as much as I can. I know that a lot of you are working as well, talking to different people and supporting financially and all that, and I hope you continue to do that. I hope you encourage more of your friends and family to support this, and that's easy. What we have done is that made it very easy for people to support, right? That a lot of the people cannot spend consistent time helping us out, like calling the member of the Congress or like doing anything consistently, right? But this is very easy. That the easiest they can do is that give us $10 a month, and there will be like 50 people who will be working full time to bring the solution to this issue. So sooner we can get there, the better. So hopefully, if we can cross our fundraising goal of that 20,000 in this month, that would be great. So tell your friends. Otherwise, if you have any more questions or suggestions, just reach out to me anytime. You can join the Telegram. You can reach me on my X. I'm always open to questions and suggestions. No questions are off limit, right? So let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon in the next episode.